Guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, welcome to Photography Talk episode 69. Now, in this episode of Photography Talk, we've got news on a possible 100 megapixel camera, a lawsuit over a malfunctioning shutter system, and surprising details on the state of mirrorless camera sales. Now, it should be a fun chat, and I'm so glad that you're here to get caught up on the latest news from around the photography world. But before we get into this week's headlines, I do want to pause for a moment and ask a favor of you. You see that little like button down below? I would really appreciate it if you tap that button at the end of this video. Now, if you find this content interesting, helpful, even captivating, giving it a quick little like will let me know that this content is what you want to see more of in the future. See, we don't come up with these video ideas out of thin air. Instead, we want you guys to benefit in some way from the content that we create. So, if you enjoy this video, take a second and drop a like to it. I sure would appreciate that. Now, let's discuss this week's biggest news. Now, recently, a class action lawsuit was filed against Sony due to what a plaintiff has called unreasonable failures in the shutter. Now, and this is in the A7 III camera. Now, the lawsuit, which was filed in New York, claims that the mechanical problems with the shutter have rendered the camera unusable unless a $500 is paid for repairs at an authorized service center. Now, the lawsuit goes on to say that the Sony estimates that the A7 III lifespan, or the shutter, is right around 200,000 in shutter actuations. Yet the A7 III should report shutter failures are happening sooner, even as low as 10,000. Now, there have been rumors floating around for months that the A7 III has potential defective shutter, but whether this issue is widespread or not still remains to be seen. Well, we're going to keep you guys up to date on the progress of this case. In the meantime, if you have an A7 III owner, or if you are an A7 III owner, you might keep a close eye on the functionality of that shutter. Now, in case you didn't know, there were more mirrorless cameras shipped in 2020 than there were DSLRs. Across the board, camera manufacturers are pivoting to mirrorless, but one company, Canon, has numbers that are more impressive than the others. Sony is still king of the mirrorless cameras with 1.15 million units shipped just last year. That's really no surprise, but what is surprising is that Canon came in second with 1.05 million mirrorless cameras shipped in 2020. That's up from 940,000 units in 2019. Now, of course, Sony and Canon account for about 2/3 of the mirrorless cameras sales in 2020. Nikon came in a very distant 5th place with 250,000 mirrorless cameras or units sold, which is 30,000 units less than what they had done in 2019. Canon's increased share of mirrorless is all more impressive when you really consider there was a 24% drop in overall mirrorless shipments in 2020. This means that Canon increased their sales significantly in a depressed market. And just think about what 2020 might have been for Canon if the pandemic wasn't really a factor. Now, Canon's excellent mirrorless performance in 2020 is a large part of the success of the R5 and, of course, well, the R6. With many other mirrorless cameras expected in Canon in the upcoming years, it stands to reason that their market share will continue to increase. Now, if you think back to 2015, you might remember the shock Canon releasing the 50.6 megapixel 5DS and the 5DSR. Now, at the time, that resolution was simply astounding. And fast forward to 2021, 50.6 megapixel is still pretty impressive, though the mark has lost some of its appeal as more and more cameras push the upper boundaries of resolution. The 5DS and the 5DSR might be 6 years old, but guys, they still hold the highest resolution cameras that Canon has ever made. But rumor has it that Canon has their eye on a much higher benchmark for the upcoming high-resolution mirrorless camera. Now, while Canon apparently has not decided which sensor they're going to cram into this new mirrorless high-resolution body, word on the street is that they want something at least 100 megapixels. And guys, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but how exciting would that be with a sensor that is above 100 megapixels? Now, since I have the R5 and I have an R6, as well as a host of RF lenses, I know firsthand what the image quality is like with these cameras in these lenses. I cannot imagine what the RF lenses could do with a 100 megapixel camera. Now, if this image quality is this good now, It would be absolutely mind-boggling with that sort of resolution capability in the future. Now, of course, rumors are rumors until Canon makes an official announcement, and at this point, there's no indication that they will make an announcement of the 100 megapixel camera anytime soon. But then again, they could surprise us and make an announcement tomorrow. Well, we're gonna have to wait to find out. Now, as usual, I'd like to close off today's video with a quick review of our current giveaway. We have 3 excellent prizes up for the grab this time. We have a remarkable 2 tablet, a set of H&Y filters with case, and of course, the old faithful $100 Adorama gift card. As always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chance that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you did register and introduce yourself during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But guys, as I keep saying over and over again, swing on by. Let us know what's going on with you. That is it. Now, for complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on PhotographyTalk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. Photography Talk episode 69 is done and over. And so, of course, at this time of the video, you know I got to do it. I keep saying it over and over again. I got to ask you if this video was helpful, if it was valuable, if you were mildly entertained. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you haven't noticed, we are trying to grow the channel, so your support is greatly appreciated. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button and don't forget, crush that bell to be notified each time that we come out with the new videos. All right, my friends, I'm going to be jumping out of here, so you get out there, have an amazing day, stay healthy, and create your best shot.